Shudinam sutranam smriti nikhila vedanuvachasam paramhardam yuktam hyahila chidachid bhinnamabhicha abhinnam swabhavyat gunicha paramam brahmagamidam samadishtam yaistan abhisatatamide Guruvaran samadishtam yaistan abhisatatamide Guruvaran madhiya hridaya kashe sadanandamayo guru udetu satatam samyag swatmananda Prabodhagaha Hari 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 Om Tas Hari Hari Om Tas Jaya Guru. We shall, as usual, we shall have 3 times joint recitation of Omkara. It's a very singular form of austerity that you can think of. Remember, our joint sound should permeate the whole of the earth, showering its benedictions on all the forms of life upon the earth. Hari, Hari. Divi bhumau tatha kashe I don't think all of you are chanting it well. What happened to you? Divi bhumau tatha kashe Have you put it there? Divi bhumau tatha kashe Behiram tasya me vibhu Behiram tasya me vibhu Yo vibhatyavabhasatma Yo vibhatyavabhasatma Tasmai sarvatmane namaha Tasmai sarvatmane namaha The first verse in this book, Vivekachudamani, it is humming. Have you got it? Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gojaram Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gojaram Tamagojaram Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Now we will go to verse number 380. Esha swayam jyotirashesha sakshi Vijnana kosho vilasatya jasram Vijnana kosho vilasatya jasram Lakshyam vidhayainam asad vilakshanam Lakshyam vidhayainam asad vilakshanam Akhanda vrityatmadaya Akhanda vrityatmadaya anubhavaya Akhanda vrityatmadaya anubhavaya. When you recite these verses, what is happening? Your brain will have to produce these words. Words are coming out from the mouth through the vocal system. But the words are representing ideas. They are administering sound to the idea process. The ideas, which are units of knowledge, they are formed in the brain. So first of all, it is a brain work, intelligence work. Then these ideas are transmitted to the vocal system. We don't know, I don't know how. I don't know the formation of ideas also. I hear my voice. Perhaps I am the first hearer. So the ideas are formed in the brain. They are transmitted to the vocal system. And the vocal system also is very protracted. The sound starts from the lower abdomen, umbilical region. And it starts from here and rises. Nabhi. The umbilical cord, navel region. And it goes hridaya. It goes in the hridaya, heart region. Then kantha, the throat. Nabhi hritkandha. Then the tongue is involved, rasana. Then oshta, lips, and nasika, nose. All these organs are involved in the production of a sound. Just see what is happening. For you it is speech. It is not just a speech. It's a very, very subtle, complex process. So when you look at the book and start producing the words, there is a very subtle process of propulsion in the intelligence in the brain. Are you conscious of it? When I ask you to chant the words, all of you are not appreciating and valuing it. I am activating your intelligence, putting a process into your inside, into the inner personality. First of all, the idea, you see the letters and words, and they are now produced by the intelligence, transmitted to the vocal system. and it comes out through the tongue and the mouth and the lips. Now suppose you hear it, that is another process. And when you hear it, look for the mistakes and the inconsistencies in your pronunciation. So brain first of all generates it, passes it to the vocal system, it comes out, you hear it, see how many involvements are there. Then you hear it and find out whether the words are properly pronounced or not and correct. So how much of concentration is there, you tell me? This is how our mind is purified. Not by your cooking, not by eating, not my mere speech and so many other things you do. This is a deliberate effort. One sloka if you can learn and you go on repeating it thousands and 10,000s of times, you will find the whole inner personality will become purified, sublime, ennobled, elevated, expanded, refined. Everything will happen. I have been a lover of verse right from my young days. I used to compete in verse recitation. There is something called Akshara Shloka. We sit in a group, a person recites a verse. The first letter of the third line should be the beginning of the next man who recites a verse. And the first letter of third line, like that we go on, till the stock is exhausted. So one after the other finally gets away. So I used to learn a verse within a matter of minutes. I used to. One day I was walking in the ashram and I thought, how many verses have I studied in my young age? But Malayalam verses, only Sanskrit I refer to. And I started recording them. It took some time, maybe 3 or 4 days. More than 600 verses I had learned in my young days. Sanskrit verses. I did not know what Sanskrit was. I was quite young. After going to Calcutta one day, I got into the 2-tier bus, got upon it and started reciting Sanskrit verses loudly. People were hearing me with interest. Esha Swayam Jyotir Ashesha Sakshi. Yesterday I explained it. The first Swayam Jyotihi. Have you ever thought about it? Yesterday I mentioned it, explained it. What is meant by Swayam Jyotihi? What is inside our body is actually a brilliance. A knowledge brilliance. Knowledge. It is not the visual brilliance light, but it reveals. What is light doing? Light is revealing the objects. Similarly, everything inside your body, including the body, is revealed by the presence inside. So it is a luminous presence, brilliant presence. And to reveal its presence, nothing else is required. Suppose you are looking at the sun, sunlight is there. You see all the objects upon the earth. The objects are illumined, revealed by the sunlight, but the sunlight is not illumined by anything. So it is self-luminous, so far as objects are concerned. So to reveal the objects and to reveal itself is the nature of the sun. Here, that you have a mind, you know. That you have an intelligence, you know. When mind produces thoughts, you are able to know them, comprehend them. So these things are revealed. And to reveal that revealing presence, no further source is required. Everybody knows, I am, I am, I am. In order to show you the I am, there is no second factor there. So it is called Swayam Jyotihi, self-luminous, self-illumining. Then Ashesha Sakshi, at least that phrase, that word You should have caught up yesterday. Have you ever said it to yourself yesterday up to now? I am an Ashesha Sakshi. I am the witness of everything in this world. Did you ever say it any time? Useless students. When I told you that your dimension is this, you have got an indescribable inward dimension. What is that? I told you yesterday, you see a mustard, you see an arecanut, you see a mango, you equally see a coconut, a tree, then you see the land, extensive sea, and the endless space. All these are similarly and equally seen by the same eyes. So tell me, what is the capacity of the eye? An eye specialist told me that the far point of the eye is infinite. If you place a sizable, a big enough object at infinite distance in space, you can see. Are we not seeing the stars? At what distance are they? There are some stars whose light has not reached the earth even now, after they came up there. So imagine the distance of the stars and your naked eyes are seeing them. So what is the power of the eye? Now all these are pictured and kept where? Not within the physical body, but in an altogether new plane called the plane, sentient plane, S-E-N-T-I-E-N-T. The plane of consciousness, the plane of knowledge. In that plane, as you see a mustard, you can see a mountain. You can see the infinite sky. So you are the witness of all these. What does it mean? Are you a small person good for nothing? Huh? What is your estimation about you? The body has got a limited weight and a limited mass. But inside the body, what animates the body, activates the body, that inner presence is limitless. Ashesha Sakshi. You are the witness of the earth, witness of water, witness of air, witness of fire, and witness of space. Now the whole creation is because of these Panchabhutas. The entire Panchabhauti creation you are able to witness and picture within you in your mind. So what should be the magnitude, the size, the power and potential of your inner presence? Ashesha Sakshi. And that is, do you refer to it as that or do you refer to it as this? Is it here or is it there? Is it this or is it that? About the eye, do you say that eye or this eye? So the word Eshaha, it means very, very important reference. It is not something distant from you, outside of you, away from you. It is within your body and it is that which you refer to as I. Esha Swayam Jyotirashesha Sakshi Vijnana Kosho. Say. Vijnana Kosho. Vijnana Kosho. It is the kosha, the sheath called Vijnana, knowledge. Are you finding it interesting? Yes. Are you able to absorb? Yes. This is a Dravya Kosha. What? Dravya Kosha. This is Annamaya Kosha, material Kosha. You have a prana kosha inside it, characterized by the movement of air. Then inside that, manomaya kosha. Then vijnanamaya kosha. Then anandamaya kosha. Why don't you understand it? You are a human being, you have intelligence. Altogether only 3 factors are to be known. In all our epic discussions, scriptural discussions, you will find only 3 factors are discussed. One is the human personality. Say? Human personality. You have a personality. That body is only the gross part of it. It has got a subtle part. That subtle part is inside the body. Because it is subtle and inside, we have no way of seeing it, hearing it, smelling it, touching it or tasting it. So it is totally inaccessible to the senses. आप लोग समझते हैं क्या? एक बाहरी व्यक्तित्व है, द्रव्य से बना हुआ है, एक जड़ है, इसके द्वारा कोई अनुभव कभी संभव नहीं, ज्ञान भी नहीं होगा. वो जड़ है, जड़ है, जड़ है. आप लोग जानते हैं, मैं एक जड़ शरीर को लेकर विचरता हूँ. मैं एक जड़ शरीर को लेकर विचरता हूँ. बोलिए ना अच्छी तरह, शरीर जड़ है, जड़ है, वो कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा. मन के कारण सब कुछ हो रहा है. सारा कुछ अनुभूति, सारा कुछ अनुभव और ज्ञान, ये दोनों मन के द्वारा ही हो रहा है, शरीर के द्वारा नहीं. मन ही शरीर का प्रयोग करता है, उपयोग करता है मन के द्वारा. मन तो द्रव्य नहीं, द्रव्य से परे है, द्रव्य से परे है. It is above matter, above matter, above matter. And mind is the first factor in our inner personality. आंतरिक व्यक्तित्व के 3 फैक्टर घटक है. एक मन, दूसरी बुद्धि और तीसरा अहंकार. ये तीनों से बना है. The human personality consists of the material physical body and the supramaterial mind, intelligence and ego. And all the 3 are springing from the same inner presence called consciousness. And it is about the inner personality that I told you, we are the sakshi, the witness of everything that is in the form of existence. So what is your size? What is your greatness? Esha swayam jyotirashesha sakshi vijnana kosho vilasatya jasram. Shall I discuss this verse well? Yes. Are you prepared? Yes. Or will you run away? Vijnana kosho vilasatya jasram. The word Vijnana refers to Jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means well-developed knowledge. We have knowledge only of the objects in this world. Even our own body is an object. Earth is an object. And people can know the entire academic horizon, academic domain. It deals with only object knowledge. But they don't know that it is object. And how this object knowledge is gained, it is because of the subject within you. That part nobody knows. What is this Vijnana kosha? Inside the body, are you with me? Yes. Inside the body, only knowledge is, nothing else is. Anything inside the body, how do you refer to? I am not well. I have headache. I have stomach pain. My mind is miserable. My intelligence is totally confused. All these are, tell me, are they objects or are they knowledge? आप लोग समझती हैं क्या? शरीर के भीतर जो कुछ हो रहा है, जो कुछ होगा, उसके प्रति हमारे पास ज्ञान मात्र है, अनुभव ज्ञान है। मेरा मन दुखी है, कौन बोलता है? मेरे मन को कौन देख रहा है? वो एक अपना अनुभव मात्र है। अनुभवात्मक है मन, अनुभवात्मक है बुद्धि। और मन और बुद्धि दोनों के द्वारा अपनों में या दूसरे के प्रति जो कुछ हो रहा है सब कुछ ज्ञान मात्र है। You know, we consider intelligence to be knowledge. The nature of intelligence, Swarupa is knowledge. Swarupa is knowledge. Intelligence is knowledge. Mind is knowledge. Ego is knowledge. Sleep is knowledge. Dream is knowledge. Wakefulness is knowledge. When a child is born to you, to tell me, is it not knowledge? Huh? Suppose that knowledge vanishes from you, then will you distinguish your child? Please understand it. Vijnana kosha vilasati ajasram. Ajasram means continuously, unbrokenly, unceasingly, without any stop. थोड़ा समझ लीजिए ना, अपने प्रति हम बोल रहे हैं। शरीर के भीतर जो विज्ञानमय कोश है वो विलसती, उसका प्रकटन हो रहा है, वो लगातार अभिव्यक्त हो रहा है। अजस्रम सीसलसली लक्ष्यम विधायै नमसद विलक्षणम। लेनम लक्ष्यम विधाया, जिसके प्रति मैंने कहा उसको आपकी जिंदगी में अपना लक्ष्य बनाना चाहिए। लक्ष्य वो नहीं है, मेरा पौत्र है। पौत्र का उपनयन है या शादी है, यही है मेरा लक्ष्य। यू हैव टू मेक दिस विज्ञाना योर लक्ष्य। ओ, मैं शरीर मात्र नहीं हूँ, शरीर मेरा है, मैं तो अलग है। जो हूँ वाली उपस्थिति शरीर के भीतर जो है वही है मैं, और सब मैं शरीर नहीं हूँ। तब शरीर के लिए जो कुछ हम कर रहे हैं और मेरे लिए नहीं, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं। मकान बनाते हो किसके लिए? तुम्हारे शरीर का रहने के लिए, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं। तुम्हारे लिए प्रकृति ने, भगवान ने बनाया है तुम्हारा शरीर, वहाँ है। उसके लिए तुम्हें मकान बनाने की आवश्यकता नहीं। शरीर के लिए बनाते हो, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं। Am I talking sense or nonsense? थोड़ा बोलिए ना, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये ठीक है या गलत है? लक्ष्यम विधाया, मेक दिस योर ऑब्जेक्टिव इन लाइफ। अरे कैसे हो सकता है? मैं बहुत कुछ चाहता हूँ, मैं आनंद चाहता हूँ, संतुष्टि चाहता हूँ, और संतुष्टि के लिए मेरे जमीन चाहिए, मकान चाहिए, शादी चाहिए, बहुत कुछ तो चाहिए। मान लिया, ये चीज़ सब कहाँ रहेंगी? भीतर घुसेंगी कि? एक बच्चे का जन्म हुआ, जन्म कहाँ रहेगा बच्चा? हाँ? और रात में सोते समय तुम्हारे बच्चा रहेगा क्या? जो कुछ हम पकड़ते हैं अपने लिए, संतुष्टि के लिए, सब कुछ भूल कर तो हम सोते हैं। और सोते समय हम आनंदित रहते हैं, तब हमारे आनंद के लिए ये झंझट सब आवश्यक है या नहीं? थोड़ा बोलिए ना खोलकर। होने पर भी हम क्या करेंगे? आप मकान खरीद लिया, क्या करेंगे रात में? वो मकान को पकड़कर ऐसे रहेंगे क्या, या भूल कर सोएंगे? उस सोते समय आपकी क्या कमी है? क्या कमी है सोते समय? और जागृत अवस्था में बहुत चीजों के बावजूद आप पूर्ण है क्या? सभी चीज कमी बनाने वाली है, वालियां है। दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड। इसीलिए बताया है, इसको लक्ष्य बनाना है अपनी जिंदगी का। लक्ष्यम विधायेनम असद विलक्षणम। बाकी सब यहाँ असत है, ये मात्र सत्य है। सत का लक्षण क्या है? भूतकाल में, वर्तमान में और भावी में एक समान वो विराजमान होगा। असत ऐसा नहीं है। टेल मी वेदर ऑल द थिंग्स इन दिस वर्ल्ड इंक्लूडिंग योर बॉडी आर चेंजिंग और नॉन चेंजिंग? चेंजिंग मानेटा की, व्हाट डज इट मीन? What is meant by a change? Whatever is present now, it becomes extinct and something else comes in its place. So every change implies an extinction and an emergence. बात समझ में आ जाता है, आती है? So everything is changeful. The only changeless thing that you can think of in your life in terms of your experience is मैं। वो कभी नहीं बदलता। बचपन से हमने शुरू किया, मैं हूँ मैं हूँ मैं हूँ मैं हूँ, वो हूँ वाली चीज़ कभी नहीं बदलती, बाकी सब बदलती है। Now you tell me, should you make the Asat your Lakshya or Sat your Lakshya? So will you make it? Yes. By so doing, you are not going to die. Your life and death do not depend upon you at all. What lives is the body. It is a biological aggregate. It was completely made, shaped in the mother's womb by nature. See, there is a heart in my body. Poor heart has been beating for nearly 91 years. Just see. Have I done anything for it? Suppose the heart is unable to pump, I will fall right here. I don't think you have to think about your body. Make sure that you nourish it well, not over-nourish it. Take exercises. Whenever there is any trouble, pain or discomfort, go to the doctor, attend it properly, make sure either there is something or there is not something. People are waiting for heart attack to occur. A good doctor was saying, why do you wait for that? After 50, 55 years, get thoroughly examined once in a while to confirm that you have no disorder, or if there is a disorder, attend it. I don't think we have to worry about our body. The heart is pumping ceaselessly, not because you ask the heart to pump. Similarly, the lungs are bellowing. The brain is sending its signals. Kidney is functioning, liver is functioning, pancreas is functioning. Everything is functioning properly. Do you have to worry about it? When I was taken in Malaysia for an emergency operation, I was telling the doctors, do you know, my dear doctors, I have no worry or anxiety. You are taking my body. In a few minutes, I will be unconscious, and you will handle my body. It is for you to handle it properly and bring it back. Otherwise, you fail in your job. The satisfaction is for you, not for me. I tell you should talk to the doctors like this to every patient. We have no worry or anxiety. Everybody will say, shall we bring a wheelchair, shall we bring a... I said, I will walk. I was witnessing, first endoscopy they did. I did not say anything. The second endoscopy, I said, I will watch. So they were penetrating, giving injection, go needle in, needle out, needle in. The third endoscopy when they took, there was a pool of blood. I told the doctor, you do whatever you like, but explain to me what you are going to do. I bless you. So they explained to me. So the duodenum was removed, more than 1/3 or something like that. The stomach also was cut and removed. And after the operation, I had always stomach problem. Nothing I could eat. After this, I am quite... In my food, I could be very liberal thereafter. I think we should make a sport of all these things. Why are we worried? About Lakshmi Narayan's death, people were asking me, you know what is my ultimate view on death? A body stops breathing because it cannot survive anymore. Nobody will die until he reaches a condition where the system cannot work. So when the system is unable to work, what do you expect? हाँ? किसी के मरण के संबंध में घबराना ठीक नहीं है. You say, I want to die, will you die? Suppose you say, I don't want to die. कोई लाभ नहीं है, कोई नुकसान भी नहीं है. Simply live. My biological father lived up to 80 years. Mother lived perhaps up to 84 years. One brother, a sannyasin, he lived up to 89. Now I have transcended all that. But I think that by 80 everybody should go. We should not live beyond 80. Because your own son will not be able to lift you up. Hey, kya baat hai? Unless you get a big pension and by keeping your body somebody has some benefit. Simply let us go. Why should we live? And if you live well, take exercises, attend to your bodily disorders, etc. There is no reason why we should die. And you will die when the body is unable to live. The heart is not able to reach blood to all the parts of the body. The brain is not able to emit signals properly, or the lung is not able to reach oxygen everywhere. Then what do you say? Do you want the person to still live? खुशी से रहिए ना. We should never be bothered about our death. You know what Krishna told Uddhava? Brahma came down and told Krishna, what is this? The human span is supposed to be 120 years. You have exceeded it by 5 years. 125. Still, we don't think that you are in a mood to come back. But your chair is still vacant. Nobody is able to sit there. So we are anxious that you should come. There was some important mission to be fulfilled by your birth. All of them has been fulfilled. Please come back. Krishna said, yes, that was also in my mind. But my family and lineage have become very proud because of my birth and my exploits and excellences. If I leave them like that, it will be like seas overflowing their boundaries. Saline water will be everywhere and there will be a great destruction. So I want to bring about their destruction first and then follow. Can you imagine? Huh? This is India. This is India. What is meant by a full human life? And how should it finally end? Sri Rama left his body. He entered into Sarayu and went down, went away. Lakshmana also, Lakshmana was sent away by Rama. He abandoned him. So Lakshmana stepped into Sarayu river and went away. After sending away Lakshmana, Sri Rama found no purpose in living. Everything is completed. Kala Bhairava came and told him, the time is over, please come back. So he walked into the waters. Krishna, the family was getting destroyed mutually by fighting on the seashore. So he interfered and tried to appease them and stop them. You know, they started beating him. They started beating Krishna. So he said, there is no point in being here now. So he went away and was leaning on a tree. He sent a message through Daruga to tell people, Tukmini and the others, that I am leaving my body. What will you do after having lived and fulfilled your life? Kya kar raha hai? Again somebody should make food for you. Yani? So Uddhava came to know of it, that he had spoken like this to Brahma. So Uddhava was such a close devotee that he could not bear the physical separation from his master, from his Lord, even for half a second. So he said, I cannot keep away from your body, from you, even for half a second. So please take me wherever you go. Is it ever possible? Twins are born, but I don't think people die in twins. First of all, what is death? Does the dying man know that he has died? Show me one person who will come and tell you, I have died. One person you show me. You know, upon this earth, 10,000 crores of people have died. And now we have 700 crores living. Show me one of them to say, I died and I am here. About the birth, do you know? जानती हो क्या? तुम्हारा जन्म कब हुआ? किससे हुआ? अपना बर्थ किसी का अनुभव नहीं, अपना मरण भी किसी का अनुभव नहीं होगा. हम इतना ही जानते हैं, हम रहते हैं. रहना हमारा अनुभव है, जन्म हमारा अनुभव नहीं, मरण भी नहीं. तब मरण के प्रति सोचने की आवश्यकता है क्या? बोलिए ना थोड़ा. एक बुद्धि समझाती है. दिस इज ए स्फीयर फॉर बुद्धि, नॉट फॉर आइज, not for nose, not for hand. Five multiplied by 10 कितना है? पेंसिल ले लो ना. 50 multiplied by 10 कितना है? 500 multiplied by 10? 5,000. Who tells you this? Buddhi. Do you verify it? Or this is the final verification? This is the final verification. In the same manner, Buddhi will say, I don't know my birth. I will not know my death. खत्म हो गया. और कुछ नहीं है सोचने का. Don't go to an astrologer to say whether you are born or whether you will die. Krishna says, Mrityuhu atyanda vismriti. Sleep is death is interminable sleep, forgetfulness. People are sometimes saying, you will be lying and breathing strenuously. Kuch absolutely bogus nonsense. Kuch nahi hai. Every day we are dying. Every day? All of you are afraid. डरते हैं ना. कल तो आप मरे, उसके बाद सवेरे तो उठे. 8 घंटों तक जो नींद हुई था ना, वो क्या है? मरण था या दूसरा कुछ? You are non-existent in the world. What more do you want? But from death sleep, you will never wake up. That's all. Then he told Uddhava, See, you are now finding it difficult to keep away from me, and you say, I should take you along with you. I should take you along with me. He said, that is not possible. But do you know that after I leave my body, on the seventh day, the entire Dwaraka will be underwater. This place will not be good for living for anybody. So the best I can tell you is to save yourself. What is that? Straight away leave me. Instead of you say, I will leave, leaving you. I say, you leave and go. Are you following me? Huh? The reason is that Dwaraka will be under sea and the whole place will not be auspicious anymore. So nobody will like to leave. You also go. You go beforehand as a wise person. Then Uddhava says, he was so much devoted to Krishna. Every day he was eating the food left over by Krishna and the clothes left over by him. So close he was. He was also a consultant for Krishna. Important missions he used to take only him. With him. So you leave. Before I leave. He said, I am not able to. It is then that he says, my dear Lord, I have soham mamahamiti mutamadir vigata. There are some deep notions. I am this body. All these things are belonging to me. This I and mine, like a wrench, it is working on me. It is holding me strong. Unless this is taken out, I will not be able to follow your words. I want to obey you. So please instruct me in such a manner that my I and mine will be totally taken away and I shall be able to simply listen to you and leave. And Krishna did the Upadesha for that. Our Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. But Uddhava dialogue, 1000 verses. He said, leave me and go where? Badrikashrama in the Himalayas. Live there, enjoying the cool breeze of Himalayas. Take every day a bath in Alakananda. See me everywhere. Never think of birth or death. Both are brought about by the passage of time. What? I don't think you are listening to me. What did I say? Time is an incessant passage. In the passage of time, at one point, your body was born. At another point, so you don't have to do anything about it. Either for your birth or for the other's birth. You live a natural life. Automatically. Suppose all of you decide, the entire people decide that we are not going to marry. Then in 50 years there will be no humanity in the world. I think these are glaring facts. Nobody thinks in this manner. We are all told in superstitious language to believe in superstitions. So you simply live, never worry about it. Leave it to the passage of time. Devotees feel Uddhava is still living between Naranarayana mountains in Himalayas. So I think all of you should have a very free life, natural life, harmonious life, peaceful life, joyous life, ecstatic life. Why are you magnifying your problems? Our mind is such a treasure. It has got so much of power and potential that any experience will be undergone by. I am writing about Draupadi. Her dress is being pulled by Dushasana. I am writing. What are the implications of the whole episode? How do we understand it? See, how much of suffering this wonderful lady underwent. It is not that she did not undergo the suffering, she underwent. Why? Why? Because her husband was an innocent, righteous man. He was so dangerously innocent. Dangerously innocent. Dangerously straightforward. A dangerously dharmic person. His dharmic sense was such that he could not resist whatever he wanted to say and do. So dharma itself was getting squeezed in the hands of Yudhishthira, in the hands of Arjuna, in the hands of Bhima, in the hands of Draupadi. Even then, dharma has got the intrinsic power of making its votaries finally successful. That is the message of Mahabharata. Yato dharmaha tato jaya. I think it's a matter of knowledge. समझ लीजिए ना, दुनिया हमारी नहीं है, हम दुनिया के हैं. दुनिया उसकी कानून के अनुसार ही चलती रहेगी. You don't have to do anything. Do you generate your hunger? Huh? No. Do you preserve the heat in the body? Do you preserve your breath? Then what is it that you are claiming? Sarakshita rakshadi yohi garbhe. Srimad Bhagavata says, there is only one protector. He who protects in the mother's womb, he alone is the protector everywhere. Your claim that I am the father, I am the mother, goose. Kuch nahi. Can you preserve the breath of your child? Blood circulation in the child? Then why is it that? Why not we accept the fact? So be very normal, be very harmonious, recognize the hands of nature as well as providence, and live a comfortable, happy, successful life. Lakshyam vidhayainam asad vilakshanam akhanda vritya atmataya anubhavaya. Akhanda vritya atmataya anubhavaya. बोलिए. What is this akhanda vritti? Unbroken mental function, thought. Will you absorb this word? See, for seekers who are interested in Brahmajnana, he is told, Akhandakara vritti practice karo. Akhanda means unbroken. Vritti means the action of the mind. So, akhanda vritya, unbroken mentation, atmataya anubhavaya. What are you trying to do? Atmataya. I am not speaking of any second factor. I am speaking of the I in you. जो कुछ मैं कह रहा हूँ वो दूसरे के प्रति नहीं, अपने प्रति है. अपना स्वरूप, अपना स्वभाव, अपना लक्षण. Tell me whether you are the body or the inner presence which animates it. I am speaking about the inner presence. And you should think about the inner presence in an unbroken manner. Unbroken manner. Atmataya, with a sense of identity. Everything that I am speaking is about the I, not about anything else. I am not speaking about God. It is about God if God is the I. If God is not the I don't speak about Him. But God is the Atma. Not clear, na? हाँ? भगवान कौन है? अंतरात्मा है. अंतरात्मा होने के कारण भगवान बचता है. नहीं हो तो अनुभवया, मेडिटेट अपॉन. तब क्या करना है? कहीं पर बैठना, आसन पर बैठना, आंखों को बंद करके सोचते रहना, मैं शरीर हूँ क्या? नहीं, मेरा शरीर है. तब मैं कौन हूँ? शरीर के भीतर जो कोई उपस्थिति है, उपलब्धि है, वही है मैं. उसका स्वभाव और स्वरूप लक्षण क्या है? वो चेतनात्मक है, वो जड़ात्मक नहीं है. उसके द्वारा सारी कुछ अनुभूतियाँ हो रही है, उसके द्वारा ही ज्ञान भी बन जाता है. सो उसका स्वभाव विज्ञान है, ज्ञान है. Tell me whether there is any time in your life when you are not knowing. Huh? Every time you are, our life is experiential, I say. Experiential, every point of time. And the experience is not generated by the body. Body is inert matter. तुम्हारा शरीर द्रव्यात्मक है, द्रव्य जड़ है. उससे कोई अनुभव नहीं निकलेगा, ज्ञान भी नहीं निकलेगा. अनुभव और ज्ञान का कारण शरीर के भीतर शरीर को उज्जीवित बनाने वाली एक उपस्थिति है, वही है कारण. उसको हम बोलते हैं मैं हूँ. There is a beautiful conversation between a guru and shishya. I have mentioned it earlier also. किम ज्योतिस्तव भानुमानखनिमे रात्रौ प्रदीपादिगम स्यादेवं रविदीपदर्शनविधौ किम ज्योतिराख्याहि मे चक्षुस्तस्य निमीलनादिसमये किम धीः धियो दर्शने किम तत्राहमतो भवान् परमगम ज्योतिस्तदस्मि प्रभो. This is a dialogue between Guru and Shishya. All of you are Shishyas. I am the Guru. So it's a dialogue between us, and the questions I am asking and what reply you should give, it is mentioned here. Kim Jyodhistava, बोलिए. भानुमान हनिमे रात्रौ प्रदीपादिगम किम ज्योतिस्तव भानुमान हनिमे रात्रौ प्रदीपादिगम स्यादेवं रविदीपदर्शनविधौ किं ज्योतिः आख्याहि मे चक्षुः तस्य निमीलनादिसमये किं धीः दर्शने। पसंद होता है सब किम किम किम। यही है इंडिया, यही है हमारा धर्म। किम, कौन, किम, कहाँ, दिखाओ, देखो। It is not a question of belief. It's a question of knowing, understanding, realizing, experiencing. Nobody has realized God except in his own heart. चक्षुस्तस्य निमीलनादि समये किं धीर्धियो दर्शने किं तत्राहम् अतो भवान् परमगं ज्योतिः तदस्मि प्रभो। वाह, क्वेश्चन आंसर, क्वेश्चन आंसर। स्वयं ज्योति ही बताया मैंने ना, देख लीजिए आप कौन है। किम ज्योति ही तवा, व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ लाइट फॉर यू। तुम देखते रहते हो, सुनते रहते हो, इसके लिए क्या ज्योति है बताओ। किम ज्योतिस्तवा। शिष्य रिप्लाइज भानुमान अहनिमे। दिन में सूर्य भगवान, भानुमान अग्नि में। व्हाट अबाउट रात्रि? Sunlight is there only during the day. Then what is the source of light for you at night? Ratrau Pradeepadigam. We have various forms of light. Syadevam. Very good. You have answered me right well. Revideepa darshana vidhau. Revideepa darshana vidhau. Boliye. In seeing the sun and in seeing the light, what is the source of brilliance for you? रवि प्रकाश के द्वारा तुम वस्तुओं का दर्शन करते हो। रवि का दर्शन और प्रदीप का दर्शन किसके द्वारा हो रहा है? रवि दीप दर्शन विधौ किम ज्योति आख्या ही में। टेल मी, चक्षुहु इज माई आइज। सुनिए ना अच्छी तरह। Eyes are seeing the sun, and sunlight shows all the objects. So the real seer is the eye. Suppose you close your eyes, tasya nimilanadi samaye kim. कुछ समझते हैं या मर जाते हैं? आंखों को बंद करने हैं अपना मरण होता है क्या? अनस्तित्व होता है? हम तो रहते हैं। कैसे समझते हैं मैं रहा हूँ, रह रहा हूँ? So your eyes are closed. Still you know, I am sitting, I am standing, I am there. It is our intelligence. He doesn't stop. Dhiyo darshane. Who tells you that you have an intelligence within your body? We know only the objects outside through the senses. Inside the body, no sense can penetrate. So about the presence of the intelligence, who tells you? Dhiyo darshane kim. Then he says, tatraham. It is the eye that tells me there is intelligence in me, I am intelligent. Kim tatraham. Adho, therefore, according to your own answer, Bhavan Paramagam Jyodihi, you are the supreme intelligence, the source of it. Tadasmi Prabho, yes, my dear Lord, I am the supreme source of knowledge. समझ में आया कुछ? हाँ? क्या आप लोगों को कुछ समझ में आया? अपने शरीर के भीतर क्या है? राक्षस है क्या? या मिट्टी है? या पत्थर है? क्या है आपके शरीर के भीतर? थोड़ा सोचिए ना इसके प्रति। दिन भर देखते देखते सुनते सुनते रहते हैं, कभी सोचते नहीं, सोचते नहीं। विचार करना ही बुद्धि का काम, बुद्धि का दौत्य। उस बुद्धि को मार डालते हैं। ये क्या बात है? थोड़ा विचार कीजिए ना। अपने शरीर के भीतर सूर्य से अधिक, चंद्र से अधिक, नक्षत्रों से अधिक प्रकाशमान जितनी जितनी वस्तुएं हैं, सभी के ऊपर परे एक प्रकाश है, परम प्रकाश। वो प्रकाश है अहम, हम, मैं। उससे लेकर सब कुछ दर्शन हो रहा, उसको लेकर। वही है सबका आधार, 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 अधिष्ठान। तदस्मि प्रभो। Just see, in one verse, first of all he is asking you, what is the source of light for you? During the day, it is the sun. What about night? Various forms of light. But in showing the sun and the lamps, what is the source of light? The eyes. When you close your eyes, my intelligence. In showing you the intelligence, in recognizing or comprehending the intelligence, what is the source of light? I myself. I myself. So do you agree that you are the supreme light? This is our dharma. Akhanda vrittya atmataya anubhavaya. The word anubhavaya means meditate upon. You know what is this meditation? Shall I tell you? Sit in a place as a formality and help take an asana. Use it only for that purpose. Sit on it. Never touch the floor. Be on the asana. Close your eyes. And be very relaxed. Even the dress should be relaxed, loosened. Simply observe your mind process. Mind process. Mind process. Years back, a boy from Delhi, he was studying in the college for BCom, came to me and told me, Swamiji, my examination is approaching. I am not able to focus on any book or reading. I said, is the boy known to me? So I said, you have some association with me. What are you saying? What is happening to you? Not able to focus. Will you do what I ask you to do? Yes. Go and sit, closing your eyes. Observe your mind process for 20 minutes. Observe your mind process for 20 minutes. I only want you to observe, not do anything else. What is meant by observing? Whatever is taking place in the mind, allow it to do so. Only observe. Nothing should come up within you without your right then knowing it. So it should be an unbroken observation. Anything that takes place in the mind, in the way of a process, you should instantly know it. And tell me after a week. This boy came to me back on the 4th day and said, all my problem is resolved. What do you mean by? What is this mind? It is the most resourceful treasure. Actually, the mind process is observed by whom? By the mind itself. The mind is very vast. So one portion of the mind can look at its own process. So this is what? What are ascetics doing? They go to solitude. And in solitude they sit in their hermitage or cottage and they start observing their inside. My dear souls, you have to do nothing. The breathing process will continue, the heartbeat will continue, food digestion will go on, blood circulation will go on, everything will go on. You are not doing anything for them. It is because of their prevalence that you are doing everything. Akhanda vritya. Your intention should be to observe. To observe. You can take an optional thought as a help and preserve this optional thought. Atmataya anubhavaya. Understand that you are not the body. You are not the body. You are the inner presence which animates the body, activates the body. And that inner presence is everything. It is the source. It is the effect. It is the outcome. When a thought is produced, who produces the thought? The mind. When the mind produces a thought, is there any foreign substance there? No answer. Huh? When a pot is made from clay, in the pot is there any foreign substance? Huh? Or only clay? Because the clay is not full, you take a heap of clay, from there you take a little, make a pot and you keep it here. In the case of the mind, it is unlike the clay. It is a subtle presence. In the Panchabhautik body, therefore it is equally present everywhere. So in the body, the mind is full. Can the full mind produce anything like the pot from the clay? हाँ? समझती हो बेटियाँ? हाँ? See? So what is this thought? It is the mind itself. Being a thought, can it affect it? Huh? Huge waves are rising on the sea. They are pushing the air and going up. But here there is no such vacant space within the body. So the waves do not affect the sea. Here no thought affects the mind. So you simply remain observing the mind processes and you will find all processes are going on but nothing happens to the mind. You tell me how many millions and crores of thoughts you must have made by now. Where are they? Are they stored anywhere? Huh? Every thought has come and it has subsided. Emerged, subsided. Emerged, subsided. Leaving the mind to itself. So किसी विचार के कारण मन में कुछ चोट लगेगी क्या? सोच कर पहले बोलिए ना. Once you understand that the mind and the thought are the same substance, can any thought affect the mind? Then why are you saying my mind is affected? Say, I am a fool. That is why I say, I am a fool. I never thought about it. I thought about all other things. I never thought about my mind. People want to live comfortably, but they never think about life. What is life? Without thinking about life, can you improve it? I will recite a verse from Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana and stop. I am so enamored of this expression. Tam Mahapadavi Megam kamapyadhikatam chiram chittam chidbhakshitam krutva chittadapi paro bhava. This is an instruction given by sage Vasishta to the 16-year-old Rama. तुम्हारा उम्र कितना है? 18 हो गया. Ram was only 16. See, you think of that lofty abode. What is the lofty abode? It is within your body, understanding the whole process and knowing that nothing is going to affect the inner presence. After all, what is it that you are referring to? Every experience is mind-born, mind subsisting. If experience is mind-born and subsisting on the mind, will the experience any time undo the mind or affect the mind? Understand this. Thought is mine, feeling is mine, emotion is mine, memory is mine, reason, everything is the mind alone. It is produced by it. In producing it, there is no activity, there is no movement. If you fill water in a bottle, seal it without an air bubble, go on shaking, will the water move? So how can the mind move? But all people report, मैंने ध्यान किया है, करते समय मन भागता है. मन कहाँ भागेगा? एक बार भागने से तुम क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड को ले जाना है. So, you think of that great abode, chittam chid bhakshitam krutva. Make the mind eaten by consciousness. Chittadapi paro bhava. And transcend the mind and live beautifully inside. What is this? Chittam chid bhakshitam krutva. Understand what is this mind. The mind is a functional note of consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Mind's work, mind's effects. In one time, there is a conversation, you must have read it, we had published it in Vijar Sedu. Lord Paramashiva tells Vasishtha Deva, worship the inner Lord Paramashiva with all the experiences that you have, with the grief that you suffer from, the joy that you enjoy. With all these experiences, worship the inner Lord. कुछ समझ में आ जाता है क्या? हाँ? 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 You can only pick up flowers. आसान हो गया. और दूसरे दिन उसको वहाँ से भी निकाला. Allow the flowers to remain there and go and see the beauty. वहाँ काट दिया, यहाँ रख दिया, दूसरे दिन छोड़ दिया. ये ड्रामा हो रहा है. फूल को कुछ मिला, फूल फेंकने वाले को भी कुछ नहीं मिला, वो मूर्ति को भी कुछ नहीं मिला. I am not saying against worship, I am only trying to drive home the truth. So, chittam chit bhakshitam krutva chittadapi paro bhava. We will chant this sloka once again and then stop. Esha swayam jyotirashesha sakshi Vijnana kosho vilasatya jasram Lakshyam vidhayai namasad vilakshanam Akhanda vrittya atmataya anubhavaya. When your mind is agitated, why are you in frenzy? What is agitated? Mind is agitated. Where are you going to treat it? Mind agitated? Mind is causing the agitation in itself. Understand that this agitation is an expression of the mind itself. Like wave is an expression of the sea. And by the wave, sea is not affected. So the mind ocean is not affected. Have this knowledge, remember it. You will find the agitation will lessen. Its density will simply vanish. People sometimes have very traumatic memory. I was in Jamshedpur. One day the neighboring lady came there and she started speaking to me. That years back, I could not speak Hindi as I do now. And I heard her. Then I said, what is her problem? I asked my host. So my host told me, her name is Mrs. Sinha. One day a policeman came stopped in front of the house. And then there came in police people and then asked, are you Mrs. Yes. They said, get into this vehicle. So without telling anybody, she got into the police vehicle and they drove off. And they went to a mortuary, opened the door, showed a dead body and say, can you identify this body? Actually, it was her son's. Can you imagine? He was given to bad ways, fell into the company of bad people and they have murdered him. This is the story. So she was telling me, I am not able to forget, but I want to forget. I said, you tell me what is your problem? So my host told me this. So I said, will you do what I say? Yes, faithfully. Then look. Are you doing puja? Yes. Do the daily puja and sit in the puja room, close the door, nobody else should be there, and bring this memory to you. Whatever is agitating you, bring that memory to your mind. And then simply bring it and react and respond to it. How will you respond? With whatever you want to think. How cursed I am, where has she gone, what is it? Or even with mouth, sound. But don't beat your chest or head. But orally and mentally you can respond to it liberally. How long? For 20 minutes, not more. Maybe by 15 minutes it will be over. So you will find in the 20 minutes, your mind has become strong and the memory has become weak. Come to me after 7 days. She came to me on the 4th day and I said, my mind is very peaceful, I can bear it. What do you say about it? I think all of you are suffering from ignorance, delusion. You don't know. We are all donkeys carrying gold. We only know the weight but not the value. You are all carrying the golden mind. But being a donkey, you don't know except the weight of the gold. This is our problem. ठीक. See, do you like the discussion? Yes. All of you? Yes. Are you able to understand? Yes. Really relish it? Yes. It's a good feast. आप लोग क्या बोलते हैं? अच्छा, very good. See, it is very difficult to discuss these things properly. People don't know. That is the problem. Samvedya varjitamanuttamamekamadyam samvidpadam vigalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva tishtha kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan agartrapadamehitya samodida shri kurvan agartrapadamehitya samodida shri. This is a verse from Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana where sage Vasishtha tells the 16-year-old Rama how to live contentedly, happily. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi. We shall have the conclusional Omkara. Take your asana for it. Hari Om. That's it. Jai Guru. Jai.